Ciao ragazzi, my name is Anthony. Welcome back to Inter Worldwide. I apologize for being a little bit tardy. I apologize for being an absolute mess, but busy day and hard work. That's what happens, man. That's what happens. I ain't got no time to shower up and clean before this. There's nothing left to do but to do it. And there's 14 people here on Inter Worldwide right now, which is actually beautiful. And the comments are coming in too, so it's double beautiful. W, damn, a blessed European morning. We're still in the title race, baby. Yes, we are still in it. I apologize to the Inter fans. No reaction today on the channel. Very busy day at work. No time to even do a short today. That busy of a day at work. And if you're going to want to hear me talk about the Inter game today, you're going to have to stick around till the last game of the show. Sorry about that. Also, a pre-warning. This one might go for a little longer because I am still yet to watch majority of the goals this weekend. Still, and from yesterday, it's just been that sort of week, man. It's just been that sort of week. So let's just jump right into it. Let's have a look at the match day and where we're going to even start. Where did I even say that we're going to start? Well, first of all, there's 17 people now. So the numbers in here are just increasing for every show. So let's just go to the comments to start off with. Anthony LaFleur's in the house, big supporter of the cultural content creator community. Much love to you all the time, Mr. LaFleur. Chart at refereeing in Serie A continues to be shit no matter what club you support. He said it. He said it. Inter got given a massive favor this morning, and then we returned the favor to Fiorentina. However, I will give a spoiler alert. Like, Inter's been given some horrible decisions in the last few weeks, so there'll be no complaints to me. Thank you very much to the football gods for reversing the bullshit karma that you took from us against Leverkusen when the ball went out before the corner. Go figure. VAR cannot intervene. Change the rules. Change the laws. Don't hate the player, hate the game. Mr. Jesus is here. Good to see you, my friend. Very good to see you. Yay, yay for us. Congrats to your Mylada. Yes! Jordan Mylada. What a guy! Super Bowl champion. For those of you who don't know, I actually taught a lot of the members of his family. He's a Condell Park boy. He's a Bankstown boy. He's the pride jewel of our southwest Sydney suburb that we grew up in. That's right. Bankstown has a Super Bowl winner. Does anybody else in Australia have a Super Bowl winner? No. 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 No, they don't. How about the beaches? Anyone living up in the beaches produce any Super Bowl winners? No. What about in the eastern suburbs? Anyone in the eastern suburbs produce a Super Bowl winner? Nah. Anyone in the northern beaches or eastern suburbs of Sydney present anything athletic that goes overseas? Nah. Sorry, Anth. Never give me an invitation to hate on those brackets of Sydney because Bankstown just produced a Super Bowl winner. I swear to God, this guy is the most expensive athletic export out of the country since Greg Norman in golf. It's incredible. From Condell Park, brother. These slums, the ends of Bankstown. Man, I could sit around and talk about it all day. What a week of football we have had, and to only be 1 point behind is unbelievable. We need to be there. We need to be there. We can't get any further away. What's up, my brother? I miss you heaps. Good afternoon, bro. Hope everyone is well and blessed. Likewise to you and your family. The long shows are the shit. I love them. Yes, fly them. Eagles blow. Fly. Jordan Mailata, fly. How good is that? Let's jump right into it now. Lazio smacked the living shit out of Monza. In fact, they've smacked them so hard that they need to get Alessandro Nesta back as a manager. Like, they lost the game so bad, Monza, and they are in such trenches at the moment. Like, they're basically like odds on to get relegated now. Odds on. We'll go to the table at the end of the video, but I can guarantee you right now, these guys are absolutely peaked. Like, they're done. Monza is done. Proper Crotone Salernitana thing now. It is actually done. Anyway, let's see the goals. I haven't seen the goals yet. Guendouzi gets a cross in. Castellanos. Where's the defense on Marusic? Where is the defense on Marusic? Where is the defense on him? Nothing there. No wonder they're calling Nesta back to be the manager, for God's sake. 1-0 at half time. What a ball. Pedro Rodriguez. Still scoring goals, this guy, bro. Still scoring. Pedro not slowing down. 2-0 to Lazio. Palacios looked like he was at fault there. And again, ball watching. Brother, this guy couldn't get a sniff at Inter. Oh, God, Palacios is not doing himself any favors at the moment, is he? Zaccagni toying with the defense. Lays it off for an assist. Oh, my God. These Monza defenders are getting absolutely plummeted, bro. Pedro gets his second goal of the game. Lazio absolutely cruising like no tomorrow. Do I even want to watch the rest of the goals? Ball comes in. That has to be a handball. Yeah, that's a handball for sure. Penalty to Monza. Who even takes their penalties? Ha! Stefano Sensi with an ass wank penalty that the keeper gets the hand to. 4-1. That's a shocking penalty from Stefano Sensi, bro. Deserved to miss. Guendouzi. Bro, these defenders for Monza are absolutely awful, bro. This is some of the worst defending I've seen. Some of the worst defending I've seen. Big 3 points to Lazio as they keep their top 4 hopes alive. Pedro Rodriguez buries the living daylights out of Monza and forces them to move back with Alessandro Nesta. Monza's defense, that was probably the worst defensive game I've seen of any Serie A side this season, and they are now in a horrible position on the ladder. I don't have the ladder up at the moment. I'll get it up soon towards the end of the video. Let's just move on because, once again, I have not been able to see many of the highlights. Let's go straight to Cagliari 2-1 Parma. Now, an investigation needs to be put forward to the downfall of Parma in the last 2 months because they have been absolutely shocking. In fact, I haven't got the table up on the board, but I'm willing to bet that they're like 5 losses in a row now. Felice with the cross. Good save. Good save from Suzuki. Or did it come off the post? Yerry Mina with the header, another player that I could never believe was in Serie A for Cagliari. Came off the post, that's right. God forbid Suzuki should make a save. Algello. Oof, good block. Cagliari applying all the pressure so far. 0-0 at halftime. Into the second half. Parma on the attack. Dennis Mann. Don't tell me Parma score first. They can't. Parma cannot hold a lead, bro. They could not walk a dog with a lead at the moment, man. 54th minute. Parma with a chance. Yes. Should have scored there. Should have scored there. Should have scored there. Now they'll be made to pay to rue it. Felice for Cagliari. Ogello. 1-0 Cagliari. Proper 6-pointer, proper must-win match for both sides. And it's going to go down as an own goal. 10 minutes later, that. Coman. Fantastic shot on debut. Fantastic shot. Fantastic shot on debut from Coman. Fantastic shot on debut. Very good. Very, very good. Crossing for Parma. Is that Dennis Mann? Oh, Giovanni Leone. First goal for him. No points for Parma, 3 points for Cagliari. Huge 3 points for Cagliari. The sort of points that actually save your season. For Parma, the sort of result that actually starts to bury you a little bit, unfortunately. Can't wait to see the ladder at the end there, because this is starting to get proper embarrassing for Parma, man. Like, how many more games are they going to not walk away with anything? A team that came up from Serie B with so much confidence, had such a good season last season, a club with so much pedigree in the top division and so much history as well. The problem with them is they had a couple of decent results at the start of the season, and they thought to themselves, you know, they would have looked underneath the table and went, you know what? These scumbags behind us aren't going to touch us this season. We'll be mid-table, meaty, bottom mid-table. Nah, mate, you are cellar dwellers. You're like almost cellar dwellers now, mate. Not looking good. If I was a Parma fan, I'd be pissed off. Ball draw of the match day is Bologna 0, Lecce 0, in a match that would have done more for Lecce than Bologna had they gotten the points. But a point each is not really a bad result for either or. There's 2 minutes worth of highlights up that I haven't seen yet. Let's go to it right now. What the hell is that from Bologna? They've completely let Lecce run away with the ball from a borderline goal kick. How? Oh, that's a horrible finish from Morente, from Tete Morente. Like, he really should have hit that on target. Start right at the start of the game as well. Good chance. Nikoyanis, Silvestri with a header over the bar. Boring first half, it looks like. Not too many chances. Both teams happy to just share the ball a little bit. Another mistake here from Bologna, not holding onto the ball properly. Oh, what a save from Skorupski! Oh, and again! Skorupski! Oh, damn! Skorupski with the heroics of the match day. Check this out. That is world-class goalkeeping. Twice on the end. That is world-class goalkeeping. Cambiaghi. Good cross. Pobega. Viola. And there you go. I'm not even going to watch the last 30 seconds of this match. Even if there is a really, really good chance up at the end, I don't really need to see it. Bologna and Lecce end 0-0. Comment from Ant. We've got 18 people on Inter Worldwide right now. Like the video, subscribe if you are new. Parma in the relegation zone after a good start to the season. They got 2 cocky facts. You know who's not cocky? This kid, because he missed a penalty last week. And if there was ever a way to make sure that everybody forgets about it, well, why not just score 4 goals the next match day? Let's take a look at them. Verona 0, Atalanta 5. Early pressure from Verona. I don't rate Rui Patricio as a goalkeeper. Ketelare. Oh, crossbar. Oh, Retegi. Maro Icardi like reflexes, if I'm allowed to say that. Very, very well done from Retegi. Very well done from Retegi. Such a good player. CDK. Retegi. Left foot, bottom right corner. Left foot, bottom right corner. Proper assassin-like shit. Assassin-like shit, this guy, bro. Oh, he's incredible. Edison brings himself 3-0. Verona are shit. Verona need to get relegated this season, man. I am so sick of them playing Serie A every week for the last few years. I'm so sick of them mooching a living out of this league. Every season, there's one that I just can't stand for mooching a living, and Verona they're done. Oh, Retegi. Bro, this guy just doesn't miss. He's got a hat trick before halftime. He always seems to be in the right position, even if it's not his position. Like, why is he not the one at the far post? Why is he not the one on the goal line? Why is he there? 4-0. Brescianini, Retegi, fuck. 4 in 55 minutes. He probably stopped playing on the hour mark and probably said, nah, I can't keep going like this. 16 Serie A goals for Retegui now. 16. Verona are disgusting. Verona are absolutely repulsive the way they steal a living out of this league. Rui Patricio just needs to retire from football at this point. I'm going to have to agree. I think he's the most overrated goalkeeper in Serie A. The transfer market that we knew was working for Milan proves that it was working for Milan. Horrendous refereeing display in this match, just like we saw in the Inter game today. But more importantly, the 3 points are the 3 points. And João Felix played pretty well, even from the start of the match. This was a match that I was able to catch the extended highlights of, and I watched about 60 minutes but afterwards. I think that Empoli, if that goal from, I think it was Colombo or Palombo, I forget his name, Colombo in the first half, if that goes in, you're probably looking at a different second half at this point. But the longer that match gets dragged out at 0-0, the more of an opportunity you know that Milan are going to capitalize on that. Red card decision on Tomori, I think justified because it's a second giallo. Those sort of challenges are always going to get given as fouls. And if you're already on a yellow card at the moment, even if you do think he's lunging and makes a little bit of contact with the ball, which I still don't think he did, those are always going to get given at the moment. Down to 10 men. Like, honestly, Empoli had control of this match here. And it was Jimenez grabbing the neck, and then the player kicks out a little bit afterwards, and there's the red card for the Empoli player, and he can't believe it because he knows that the tide has shifted. And straight away after that, goal time for Milan, and it was Rafael Leao of all players. It was always going to be Leao. 1-0 to Milan, and at that point, there really is only going to be one winner. Well, two big winners. The first one, Milan, but the second one is really Santi Jimenez, the striker who has been a fan of Milan since he was a kid and now has a goal in Serie A to go with the number 7 jersey that he's wearing. I think that this is a very good signing from Feyenoord, man. It's the sort, it's a good signing when your rivals get a little bit upset and pissed off about it. And I can tell you right now, this is the sort of signing, this Jimenez one, is one that did vex the Inter fans a little bit. And because of that, he's going to be a good signing. 1 goal for Serie A already for Jimenez. I think that he has it in him to grab at least 6 or 7 before the season's over, maybe even a little bit more. He just needs as much help and as much service around him as possible, and it's going to become a lot more useful with someone like João Felix over there as well. So, Anth, I'm sure you're happy. Kyle Walker having an immediate impact as well. It's just an injection of quality, lad. It's a real injection of quality. You can't fake or deny that sort of quality when it is on the pitch, playing with the likes of Rafael Leao, because you have Rafael Leao sort of isolated a lot of the time, and in the blink of an eye, it's Rafael Leao, João Felix, Santi Jimenez, and Kyle Walker on the right flank to back it up. It's an injection of quality that the fans can get behind and the fans that can support. These sort of investments must bring a little bit of faith back to the Milan fans, as if to say, maybe our ownership, they are a little bit more ambitious than we've given them credit for. I wouldn't bank on it just yet, but push has come to shove. And you guys had a really bad start to the season, and this is why that you guys have been forced to act in the market, and rightfully so. Genoa and Torino play out a 1-1 draw, if I am not mistaken. I have not seen these goals yet. Let's head over to Turin and have a look now. Karamo, Vlasic, Shea Adams on the edge of the box. Vlasic saved. Poor shooting. Leali with an easy save. Last kick of the half. Lazaro, 1-0. They love a good header. Torsby. I think Torsby gets the last touch there. I think he does. 1-0 to Torino going into the second half. Oh, Lazaro. Oof. Valentino Lazaro. Who remember when he signed for Inter and he was our drippiest player that we ever signed? Drip doesn't equal output. Jay Adams, close. Torino really needed that second goal to bury this game, didn't they? Couldn't find it. They've given the ball away cheaply there on the 67th minute. Castro. Oh, it's not Castro, is it? Oh, it's Pinamonti. Oh, of course, it's not Castro. I'm watching the wrong fucking team. It'll still go down as Pinamonti's goal. Last kick of the game. They almost won it there on his debut. Drop points for Torino. Mid-table meaty clash. No one really loses in a situation like this. But drop points for Torino for sure. Those three guys, along with Leao and Pulisic, are going to be key for us. Good for a nice Conference League next year. Big shout out to my brother Sergio, always knowing how to put a smile on my face, no matter what time of the day it is. We are nearing the end of our show today as we move into a Dybala penalty that gets the points for Roma against the worst team in the competition. I knew Roma were going to struggle in this game. Actually, I was very close to betting on a draw before the game because I know that Roma lacks that quality to break teams down. I know that they require some individual brilliance to break teams down, even poorer sides. In fact, the more poorer sides that sit even deeper than the rest. Here's Dybala. Stat padding his minutes. I'd still love to see him in our jersey next season. I don't care what anyone says. That has to be a penalty. That has to be a penalty. So how the fuck can you give the Darmian penalty this morning, but not give that Mancini penalty or the Federico Gatti penalty? Let's watch that one more time on Mancini, the absolute center block head spade in drop kick. Show a closer replay. How these referees in Serie A, man, honestly, they got a pole, not up their ass, they got a pole through their head. They got a pole through their brain, mate. It's absolutely ridiculous, the lack of consistency here, man. If that's a penalty on Darmian this morning, it has to be a penalty on one look of Mancini. As long as we beat Verona and Juve drop points and Lazio drop points next weekend, we can continue to climb. That Champions League spot's still very much up for grabs. Piss off, Radu. I don't even want to look at your head, bro. Second half highlights coming up. 55th minute. Roma attacking. Dybala leaves it. That'll be a penalty. Clumsy challenge. I don't see how you can't give that penalty against Mancini in the first half if you're going to give the one to Darmian. Like, honestly, this is bullshit. The double standards in Serie A are just absolutely ridiculous. Dybala penalty 1-0. Like, this, like, honestly, man, like, the consistency in Serie A is actually awful. It's actually embarrassing. It's embarrassing, bro. It's embarrassing watching this league. The only positive is that the Juve fans probably cried enough tears today to solve thirst in the world. Not that it got to the right people, but you guys know what I mean. Oi, show me the Muani, eh? This guy is good. This guy is bloody good. And I hope he keeps scoring heaps of goals until the end of the season. Why? Because Juve can't afford his full price tag. They're going to have to go in for another loan. So hopefully he still stats pads himself to the point where Paris want him back, or a big club comes and puts big money down for him that Juve can't match because he is good. He is bloody good at the moment. And you know what? Juve weren't even that good on the weekend. They bailed them out big time. The goals that he scored were a very high quality forward for a finish. Finish for a forward. More importantly, he just seems to be converting. He seems to be converting his chances regularly, almost always. I think he's got a 100% success rate. I think he's got 5 shots on target for 5 goals. Is it 5 shots on target for 5 goals or 4 shots on target for 4 goals? Something ridiculous like that. He picks the ball up against Dossena with so much still to do. And he belts it near post keeper into the top. Kolo Muani is the truth, bro. He's a very good player. Very good player. And in a situation at the moment that they've got, because Vlahovic is shit, Vlahovic is not converting anything. How funny was that image of Vlahovic smiling and pretending to be happy for his teammates scoring goals? Oh, well, you reap what you sow, Dusan, and at the end of the day, you've had your chance more than once in that ugly jersey to prove that you're worthy to the fans. You are not. You are not worthy, and I really hope that this Kolo Muani keeps scoring goals, because he'll go to a different club at the end of the season. He will go to a different club, and it definitely won't be Juve. Let's talk a little bit about Scott McSauce, McChickenburger, bro. Bro, this McMuffin is unbelievable, man. Unbelievable. I can't remember the last time there was a Serie A midfielder that had an eye for goal from a positioning standpoint that he has, man. He is always there. And he did it all the time for Manchester United. And everyone just probably thought he had the rub of the green. He thought he had a bit of that Scottish luck, if there is such a thing. Well, guess what? I can tell you right now that nobody had Scott McTominay on their bingo card for being so impactful in terms of contributing to goals in the pizza capital of the world. To go from a disgracefully underperforming Manchester United, where he stood out as a savior, ridiculed by fans, to come all the way over to Naples and become a crowd favorite, not only just for his hard work and ethic, but for his genuine GA output. Scott McTominay is the surprise of the season, bro. He has no business performing like this. This guy's just like, bro, I thought this guy was going to be Matthias Vecino, number 2. Far from it, guys. Far from it. However, great goal for Udinese. Great equalizer. And now Antonio Conte will start to show a little bit of his true side. A few of the cracks are going to start to show very, very soon, if they have not already, with Antonio Conte. And I know that for majority of the season, especially if you follow this channel Inter Worldwide for more of the Inter content, you know that I'm all in on Antonio Conte being that absolute vicious son of a bitch in Serie A and taking everybody's food and making sure that everybody has the scraps left over from his domestic season. But I can start to see it. They didn't spend any money replacing Crava. And I think that if they drop another game or two before we meet them, before Inter meet them, it could set it up for a huge game. I know they've got Lazio away from home this week while Inter travel to Turin. This match day coming up in Serie A next is, oh my God, I'm so nervous just thinking about it. 20 people on Inter Worldwide for the Serie A review. Like the video, subscribe if you are new. And it says Scott McTominay had a rejuvenation since he left the toxic environment called Manchester United. Facts. You've got to be kidding me, Boca. Congratulations to you on your Super Bowl win. Allow me to remind the people again, how you feeling about Jordan Mailata? Yeah? We grew him. You know that, bro. Bankstown, 2200, Southwest Sydney, my school that I taught at. That's Jordan Mailata coming all the way from Condell Park to your city to give you your dream. You're welcome, bro. You're welcome, cuz. You're welcome, Habibi. Yeah? Wayneck, Philadelphia, Bankstown. Let's go, cuz. Let's go. Jordan Mailata from Bankstown to Philly. The first Aussie to play in a Super Bowl final, the first Aussie to win a Super Bowl, and you get to reap those benefits. Jordan Mailata, a king, you're king now. Bow in the presence of greatness. Big up, bro, and big up to Udinese for getting that equalizer, a huge favor to the title race for Inter, and another huge blow to Napoli's quest for a comfortable run in at the end of the season. It won't be comfortable, like my friend Sergio says to me. He can't guarantee that we will win the title, but he knows that we will be there. We will be there on the last day to make sure we have a crack at it. Time to get to our result. I haven't spoken about this game all day. I haven't done a short. I haven't done any sort of reaction. So we're going to finish off with a good solid 10 minutes. 100%, bro. And I hope that everybody in Philadelphia is partying hard for it. Guys, what happened 5 days ago was a disaster. An absolute disaster. A disaster in words that we can't even explain, really. We can't even explain. What happened in Florence? What the happened in Firenze? We don't know. We never want to know again. The worst performance in the Inzaghi era at Inter. The worst of the worst. We needed a Marco Arnautovic header to bail us out today, but we were the better side. We were on top from the get-go. We had plenty of chances in the first half. We hit the woodwork 2 or 3 times. I mean, on the 50 seconds in, first minute in, good cross from Darmian. Lautaro just hits it wide. Augusto with a cross in. Nico Barella with an overhead kick with his left foot. That would have been his best goal of all time, and he's got a peachy collection already. Chananolu with a header. We miss it at the back post. Carlos Augusto whacks the woodwork. Oh, mate. But then something amazing happens. The ball goes out of play, and we all see it. But VAR does not intervene. And what happens from that corner? Inter score from that corner. I mean, was it from that corner? Yeah, it was from that corner because I remember watching it. The ball does go out. VAR doesn't intervene. Lautaro heads in. I think the last touch comes off of a deflection, so it will go down as an own goal because it changed the direction of, I think it comes off Mandragora. I don't know. But anyway, then justice sort of rectifies itself. Well, depending on what way you look at it. Because Darmian does not deserve to be penalized there. He doesn't. I don't care what anybody says. You cannot give that a penalty. There is absolutely nothing that Matteo Darmian can do. And if you are not going to give a penalty, for what's his face, one Luca Mancini, then I'm sorry, but you can't give a penalty for this shit. You can't. You cannot give a penalty for this. It doesn't make sense. How can you? Oh, can you guys even see what's going on here? Because I can't. Sorry. I've kind of ruined my screen here a little bit. There you go. It's a bit better. How can you give a penalty for this? How? You can't. You absolutely can't. You cannot give a penalty for that if you are not going to give one equally for one Luca Mancini. Yeah, the ball was out for our goal, but the penalty was not there. They said there was no chance for Thuram to score. That's why they didn't give a penalty. You mean a penalty for us? Oh, yeah, you mean like last week? Yeah, but they give this when the header was going wide. Yeah, going wide, Darmian can do nothing about it whatsoever. I mean, he's trying to head the ball, for God's sake, himself. So absolute bullshit there. Ref blows the penalty. Mandragora sends Jan Sommer the wrong way. You could tell he was going on the outside of his foot by the way he takes the run up, to be honest. As he like stepped to the side, I said to myself, he steps to the side and I go left. And he just goes left straight away. And I hate being right about that because why can't Sommer at least guess the right way? He made it so obvious with the way he opened up his body. Carlos Augusto with a shot with his weaker foot. Marko Arnautovic sort of misheads it, but he needed that big time. And then the match is has some bizarre moments left in it because Lautaro Martinez has to finish the whole game because Marko Arnautovic feels some disruption in his quad, I believe, and he has to go out for Taremi. So Arnautovic comes in the 27th minute, goes out around about the 78th minute or something like that. I need to watch it back properly. And Taremi comes in and does borderline nothing as usual. Couple of positives about this game. Lautaro Martinez and Nico Barella's leadership are carrying this team's mentality forward. The Lautaro Martinez and Nico Barella leadership are carrying this team's mentality forward. And we're going to be banking on them big time. Let's do a little check on the status of Marcus Thuram. So what I've read is that it's just a bruised ankle. And if that's the case, we are probably looking at him returning for the derby. Like he would have been subbed off as a precaution. The club's immediate response after the match indicated relief at the initial assessments. There seems to be cautious optimism, but team, medical personnel, and coaches will take no chances as they gear up the training regimen over the next few days. Inzaghi commented post-game on Thuram's substitution, saying, "It's always tough to lose players, especially someone as instrumental as Marcus. We are hopeful he can recover quickly, but we must also prepare for all scenarios and may need to adjust our strategies if he's unable to play against Juventus." Following the match, the Inter squad celebrated a narrow victory, clinching the 3 points with help from a fortunate own goal. Fortunate. Who wrote this article, bro? Sakya. We've got a big match against Juve coming up, man. It's not going to be easy. I wonder if Arnautovic is probably even more injured than Thuram. Joaquin Correa was on the bench for Inter tonight, so you can almost expect him to start the game. I mean, to feature in the game against Juve. Rocky says Gatti is allowed to punch the ball away, but Darmian can't have a natural position, bro. These referees, these officials in Serie A, if I'm allowed to say that they are cooked, that is an understatement, bro. They are completely cooked out of this world. Let's go to the table and let's throw some shade and let's give some flowers at the same time. Napoli remain top of the crop. Yeah, the penalty they didn't give us against Napoli as well. I remember that one, although we did end up getting one in the end and it was our fault for not converting it. Napoli 55 points with a goal difference of 22. Inter with 54 points and a goal difference of 35. Atalanta 50. They're still around, bro. This is a 3-horse title race. This is still a 3-horse race, no matter what people want to say. They're not going away. Then we have a little bit of a gap here for Lazio, Juve, and Fiorentina. How far behind is Milan from this crop here? Oh, 38. Still with a game in hand, though. They need to win that game in hand big time because, you know, despite getting 3 wins out of their last 5, which still isn't great, Milan are still... They're still 7 points off a Champions League spot. They've got a lot of ground to make up. A lot of ground to make up still. Bologna, Roma make up the other 2 sides fighting for Europe. This is where we're going to cap European playoffs at the moment and European fighting at the moment. I can't for the life of me justify 30 competition points at this stage of the season, fighting for even a Conference League spot. Udinese, you will continue to sit mid-table. There will be no European football below Roma at the moment. And Roma might just be in this sort of position where they don't want to qualify for the Conference League or the Europa League at this point. Just go raw into Serie A next season and do your best to have an outstanding season. Exceed your own expectations. Enjoy your 38 games a season. Enjoy your Antonio Conte recipe to the highest bloody degree. Unbelievable, that guy. Torino, Genoa make up a meaty mid-table curve. And you know what? Cagliari must be looking at the ladder at the moment going, I can't remember the last time we were this high up the ladder. Cagliari are now ahead of Lecce, Como, Empoli, and Parma. They've got 7 points out of their last 15, which isn't fantastic, but it's also not awful when you're fighting relegation. In fact, 7 points out of 15 would be good if you're in a relegation fight. It's mid-table form, and that's why Cagliari have gotten themselves back into a mid-table spot. Lecce have also managed to obtain 7 points out of their last 15. Once again, not relegation form, mid-table form. Verona, relegation form. Como, relegation form. Empoli, Parma, Venezia, Monza, shit. Absolute crap. Como have really surprised me a bit because it's when you play really well against tough sides and you can't just squeeze out that point, that's where the motivation starts to drop. That's where the mentality starts to dip. And these games that Como haven't picked up a point in against Atalanta and Juve, this is where it's going to get tough for them. They can pump as much money into the club as they want into the first season, but they've still got a new club with a fresh mentality that doesn't know how to hold their own in a top-tier competition. I can tell you right now, even though I don't think they are going to be relegated because they have the quality on the pitch, the quality on the bench, a better manager, and an overall more ambitious board and financial status, they need to be careful. You are 2 points away from relegation. If Como was to get relegated, it would be deemed as a massive failure, even though it was a huge success that they returned to Serie A. Como is the team out of the 3 that got promoted that really can't get relegated because they're the ones that have got a project building. They are ambitious. It would set them back years if they were to get relegated. You cannot put shit on ice, Lord Figo. My Scudetto, our Scudetto, let it rest for a little bit, my brother. Empoli, Parma, Venezia, Monza. Do we need to rejig our relegation predictions? My early predictions at the start of the season: Venezia, Verona, Lecce. Venezia, Verona. I still stand by what I've said. I think Verona are poor enough to go down. Minus 27 goal difference. They've shipped the most goals in the league, 53. They've conceded 53 times. Count how many times you got to pick the ball out the back of your net. 53, as opposed to 35 for Empoli or 39 for Monza. That's actually disturbing to the highest degree. Verona need to be relegated. They need to be relegated. My brother, Nick Knox. How are you, bro? How's life? How's the fam? How's everything, my guy? How am I feeling about the title race? They're looking a little shaky, not taking advantage of our slip-ups. I agree, bro. Now it's both Inter and Napoli that need to look in the mirror and go, is someone going to take control here? I don't think they will. I'm blinking, Nick Knox, and it's only 14 games, bro. There's not that long left, is there? We've been so busy this season, it's sort of just bypassing us. Like, I feel as though this season is flying a lot quicker than the last few seasons have. It's absolutely flying, and pretty soon, bruv, we're going to be done. Pretty soon, bro, we're going to be at like match day 33, 34, and then we'll really have a run-in on our hands. I'm still going to stand by what I've said. Monza get relegated. Verona get Sorry, Venezia get relegated, Verona get relegated, and Monza. Those are my three for me now. Monza, Venezia, Verona. These are your three relegated sides for the season. Let's have a little look ahead. Hey, sorry about that, bro. It is what it is. I can do what I can with the time I've got. But I've recognized you commenting on every video I put up, and I really, really appreciate it, man. Shout out to you, and shout out to all the new subscribers as well. We are over 4.2K now. Let's see how many we can get. Share this around. Road to 5K can start pretty soon. Once we get to 4,500, 4,600, we'll start that little countdown. And I dare say that'll probably be the first real milestone for Inter Worldwide. It's always nice getting 1K, 2K. You know, originally we had to cancel our channel and bring this and make this one from scratch. But as soon as we tick that 5K box here, I'll be very, very happy with that. It'll be a very small win for us here. Nick Knox, life is good. Everything is stable. Bless up, brother. Hope all is well for you. No complaints, bro. Every day above ground is a good day. All right. I think that's it. I think that's it for another match day recap. Thank you guys for coming in. We had 25 people here, which is why we keep doing these Serie A roundups. Keep in mind, there was a point in time where I was doing these in front of like 4 people, 3 people. Sometimes I was pressing live and it was 0 showing on the screen. And we're getting up to 26 right now. Doma is in the house. Good to see you, bro. I don't know what the skull is for, but yeah, if that's just a reflection on Serie A as a whole, I'm going to have to agree. The officiating, the state of some of the clubs, the state of our mental health and every fan base's mental health, whether you are looking to escape relegation, whether you're a Milan fan knowing that you're still a far cry off Champions League, whether you're a Juve fan trying to watch Fiorentina take points off Inter and vice versa and not knowing who to cheer for, whether you're an Inter fan knowing that if you cough up this Scudetto, it would be deemed as a shit stain on the career of Inzaghi. That's it. Or whether you're Antonio Conte knowing if you don't win it this year with 38 games, Antonio, I'd love to see you can try next season, mate. And this is why it's so important for Napoli to win this one. And that's why it's so important for Inter to win this one. Because it will bury the opponent for next season already. I cannot tell you right now what it would do to Inter to lose this title to Napoli. It would mentally crush us into the ground, and we would struggle to mentally recover from that next season. Albeit the opposite, if we were to win this Scudetto, I would almost sign our name into next season's one. This is the sort of title where if Inter were to win it this season, I would be so confident in winning it next season. Because if Napoli don't win it this season, good luck rotating that squad next season, mate. I would say that Napoli are already out of next season's title race before a ball is kicked. Because Antonio Conte, you are showing me still who you are, your true colors, and I respect that side of you. In my opinion, you are the best Serie A coach I have ever seen if it was to only come down to Serie A at any given point of my life. At any given point of my life, in terms of one competition, if you give it to Antonio Conte over any other manager, I would tattoo him in to win the league. Over a peak Allegri, a peak Mourinho, a peak Ancelotti, Marcello Lippi, Capello, all of them. Give Antonio Conte one team, 38 games, and a competitive squad. He is my odds-on favorite every season. If you don't win it, bro, I don't care how much you're going to make it look like it wasn't yours. I don't care how much you're going to make it look like Napoli wasn't meant to win. You know that if you don't win it this season, next season, it's going to be 50 times more difficult, 60 times more difficult. We've got to stay positive, man. I really don't want Napoli to win, especially after losing Crava. They don't deserve to win. Well, look, they still deserve to be up there at the moment because they are up there. But now after they dropped points against Udinese, oh, yeah, he makes them 3 times as good. I really, really, really think that if we win this one, boys, we're setting ourselves up well. On the contrary, don't win it this season. Are we looking at an early downfall for Inter? Rodri J, the game versus Napoli is make or break to make the final push for the title, 100%. And welcome to the channel, my guy. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Welcome, Rodri J, 19. Lord Figo, no, Anthony, I'm sorry. It's my Scudetto. Champ is here with that belt, bro. Lord Figo with the belt. He wears the belt, smokes the belt. The guy is the belt, Lord Figo. Bow in the presence of Lord Figo. All right, guys. I think that's enough energy for a Tuesday afternoon. I think that's more than enough energy for a Tuesday afternoon. We've still got 21 people here right now, so you have to like the video before you leave. I don't want to exit this video and see any less than 15 to 20 likes on it. That would just be completely disrespectful. So make sure you are doing that for me. And yeah, nothing else really to talk about, unless we should maybe have a tiny look at the next match day. We've only got 12 likes here, guys. 12 likes on the channel. Come on, man. Be a little bit better than that. You got to be a little bit better than that, please. If you are still here right now, make sure you hit that like button before you leave. Let's have a look. Match day 25 kicks us off at 6:45 in the morning on a Saturday in Sydney, Australia, with Bologna versus Torino. You know what? That's not a bad game on a Saturday morning to wake up and watch. I definitely won't be staying awake until 1 a.m. on a Sunday to catch Atalanta at home to Cagliari, because that's 3 easy points for Atalanta. Lazio Napoli, I might just get up and catch the second half of that, because that would be dope. Milan and Verona, 3 easy points for Milan to kick on with. Fiorentina against Como, that'll be a very good game. That's a low-key, a very, very good game of the match day. Monza and Lecce, I just fell asleep looking at that fixture, to be honest. Udinese, Empoli. Oh, Parma, Roma. Fucking 40 winks. Match day 40 winks, mate. Absolutely not sleep city this match day for a few of them. Monza, Lecce, Udinese, Empoli, Parma, Roma. You could watch paint dry quicker than those fixtures, that's for sure. We all go to work on Monday. And this will either be the difference between me treating my students like royalty or making them copy from the dictionary and the thesaurus at the same time with both hands. What a game this is going to be. We don't go to Turin and win. We have a little more recently, but we don't go to Turin and win. And unfortunately, I'm not going to be able to predict anything other than a draw in this one here. I can't bring myself to predict a loss because I don't think we will lose. But this is going to be the toughest game of the domestic calendar of the season, because going to Turin is just bloody tough. This rivalry continues to be bloody tough. All right, guys, thank you, everybody that stuck around, and thank you, everybody that came through today. If you missed out on this one, make sure you let me know that you came through by leaving a comment. And yeah, I will be back for some pre-derby content. And you know what? I've got to link up with Alejandro from the Bianconeri zone. So might see if he wants to do it on Saturday this week, actually. Might be better. Or the next week, we'll recap the game. Anyway, I'll reach out to the Bianconeri zone and just keep an eye out on both of our channels. The next one of Touchline Talk will be here, Interworldwide. Interworldwide times Bianconeri zone here for the next episode of Touchline Talk. All right, guys.